loose. I said I'm loose,
baby. Wait, is that the cue for the music or?
No, that's you. Get on the let's go.
All right, let's go.
Off to a great start.
Chilling in the Spice Shack on a Thursday, bro. Does it feel weird?
Got the shack going up.
Yeah.
On a Thursday.
Got my Rest in Peace Wallace shirt. For those of you listening, I'm wearing like 1 of 100 t-shirt that I got.
Pretty great.
Yeah, man.
And I do love Wallace and respect him. I do think of him often.
Yeah, played by Michael B. Jordan as a young man.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Michael B.
That's
Jordan.
True.
Dude.
That is him. And he really do be Jordan.
Hey, what's up? We got Mauricio here today. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Tony's going to direct you on how to speak into the microphone because he can hear you the best.
Yeah, just
right.
talk directly into it and a little bit louder. But
all right, bet.
Probably the first guest we've had that's nearly as tatted as James.
Well, Chase was on.
Chase is tatted too.
Chase is pretty tatted, dude. Chase has gotten some tattoos from the wife. You should do that. You should come get. She tattoos
traditional
big things like that. Yeah, big traditional. That's her like specialty.
Hell yeah,
all that kind of stuff. Mr. Rogers.
That's sick.
So how was your week, dude?
I had the craziest week of my, maybe not my life, but pretty close.
Of recent years, yeah. Do we speak on this or what do you think? Maybe
I'll just say I discovered a guy who was a friend of mine had passed away on Thursday.
Big rip.
R.I.P. to him.
Big time.
Solid guy.
Big shout out to our good friend. And
you had a history with him as well.
Yeah. So there was kind of a weird thing because you and I talked on it and via text the day that it happened, but we didn't really get the opportunity to sort of talk specifics. And then the next day we spoke and you told me who it was. And I was like, holy shit, I did not realize who it was at first.
Yeah.
And I had a pretty, long relationship with this guy. He knew my kids, which is always something. If somebody's been to my house and met my family, I feel pretty close to them. So
yeah,
that was a bummer, dude.
I don't really want to speak too much on that, but that happened. And then I flew out like the next day to Rhode Island.
Yeah.
For another wedding?
For a wedding. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
which I officiated.
Wow.
Did anything happen in any bodies of water?
There's always things happening. They're teeming with life.
Okay.
Vibrant ecosystem in there.
So
but yes, I may have made
attempted
love.
to create life.
I maybe release some tadpoles in the pond.
That's gross, man. And you texted me to let me know, and I shot you down pretty hard, huh?
It's fine. That's what I expected.
Yeah, I just thought
After
it was gross.
bullying me about my celibacy for a year, you're just like, whatever. That's gross, dude.
Yeah.
All right, can't win.
So, couple things. First off, The Wire, Kima talking to the young kid is totally a thing.
Yes.
Yes. So I gotta take that back.
I should drop in a sample of that song because the song that I used it on is really good. I'm gonna make a note of that.
Yeah. And that is like, God, that's in like the last episode.
Yeah.
That's like very, very close to the end. And because Kima's arc is that she ends up being involved in that kid's life, she kind of turns everything around, stops the running around and the freakiness, the freaky deaky.
Lesbianism.
Well, she probably continues lesbianism. But,
you think so?
Yeah, but does not continue the frivolous, or not frivolous, but freaky deaky.
Promiscuity.
Yeah, promiscuity. There you are. Also,
which is normal. Lesbians are very quick to get into monogamous relationships. Statistically, that's like a thing. And also culturally, they're always like, what's the, if you see two lesbians on a second date, it's a U-Haul because they're moving in together.
I've heard this before.
And they have Subarus, which is the type of car that I drive.
Yeah. And according to Jim Jeffries' most recent stand-up, highest divorce rate.
It is high. High rates of domestic abuse as well.
Oh, man. There's a lot of unpacking.
Low rates of injury, though. A lot of.
And okay, more Wire stuff. So super sad, dude. Finished The Wire this week. Me and my wife were both distraught the following day. We literally can't believe that it's over.
Just because you didn't want the show to be over?
Yeah.
I get that.
Just sad
You get really
about the
attached to those
story.
characters. I remember when I finished reading the last Harry Potter book, I just sobbed and sobbed because it was over.
Yeah, it's just, and not for nothing too. The 5th season of The Wire kind of is like by far the least enjoyable in my opinion.
I like it. It kind of jumps the shark. It like goes crazy. Have you seen this show?
No, I haven't seen it.
20-year-old
spoil
HBO
anything,
show. But the character Omar is actually based on a real guy. I did some. I went deeper than the AI overview.
Thank you.
And Wikipedia and a couple of references. The only thing is that his sexuality was not real. The guy who he's based on, the Baltimore stick-up man, where some of the stories came from, like some of the stories that Omar goes through, those are real things that happen.
Yeah.
But the gay thing is an added thing.
I mean, it just makes him all the more terrifying.
Yeah, I know. I think it's hilarious. Yeah. But so I was like thinking about that, and I was remembering that I had spoke on him being one of the few characters that wasn't based on a real person. I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with like a heterosexual man, there's a weakness there of like, their attachment to women is something that you can exploit. If they're like a just booty bandit, Fleece Johnson style,
yeah,
that's that's terrifying.
All right, next order of business, Mauricio.
Yeah.
If you're missionarying with your lady and you're having a great time, and this is a familiar lady you've missionaried with multiple times before, and she starts smacking you on your ass and sucking on the nips, what are you doing?
What kind of
She
question?
starts over
Is
and
this your
over.
icebreaker, bro? What is this?
This is the icebreaker. From now on, this is the first question we ask every guest on the Jimmy Spice Show.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Depends.
Do you want to think on it and want to ask you again at the end of the
Yeah,
episode?
yeah, I'll think on it.
Because I thought about it all week.
Good.
You had a whole
I
week
wanted
to think about it.
It's something that has infested my mind because of the Puddle of Mud song where he says, "I love the way you smack my ass." I've just been thinking about what it seems like something that should be on the table, and yet you never hear about that.
So I've decided smacking's cool.
Okay.
And I don't want to know when it's coming. I want it to be a surprise. But sucking my nips, no.
Okay.
I mean, I would agree
Bite
with
my
that.
nips, yes.
Yeah,
Biting,
I would
okay.
agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the slapping, I can get with that, but
And let's not, let's not make a whole production about it. Let's just do a little bit of each in between when other things are happening. I don't want it to be like a focus thing. That's what I'm thinking.
It's kind of, to me, it evokes like somebody riding a horse, where, and she's keep doing that, just smacking you on the butt to encourage you to
just direct
continue
me with
thrusting. I'm partial to being hit in the face.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan
That's
of being
cool
hit in the
to me.
face. I hate being hit in the face, dude. My kids do it all the time, and I have to not smack them across the room because it's no.
Well, they're not doing that in the act of lovemaking, though.
Yeah, it's true. I just don't like being smacked in the face. I don't really like my face being touched.
Famously, my main fetish is girl point a gun at me.
Famously.
Tells me that if I come, she's going to shoot me.
I didn't know about the last part.
But I've been considering whether I would still be into that now that I don't want to die as much.
Yeah, it's tough. It's weird
Now that
wanting
my life
to live
is
your
better.
life, man.
It is weird. It's surreal. It makes me...
Yeah.
This was the whole thing in Rhode Island as I was just walking around thinking about like how happy I am to be alive and sober and like...
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Just breathing in the air and shit. It's nice up there.
I'm going through a phase right now where the scope of my life is new. Like the size and scope of my life is fairly new. And it's taken some adjusting. And there's a lot of fear because now there's so much to lose.
Yeah.
I think it's just an adjustment period, though. I think eventually, because I can feel the pressure sort of deflating and not feeling so overwhelmed by everything all the time. But for a while, there was a ton of fear. Like, can I carry the load? Am I going to be able to support this? Am I going to be able to handle this? I mean, and not for nothing, I spent 3 hours, 2.5 hours on the couch with one of the boys last night, dude, just getting Well, we were patty caking. He was screaming for a while, and he turns 2 on next week.
Yeah.
So, still not sleeping or whatever. But so, it's just funny. Like, I remember being a year sober and really just still being single and like having a good job, and not being a street drug addict anymore and just being happy all the time.
Right.
And then like you get a life and you almost forget you don't forget it. I'll never forget it, but you get so far away from it. You get so far removed. Like I got a guy that I was trying to help out that got locked up.
Yeah.
And he's been messaging me on a tablet or something. And just the stuff he's talking about, like working on his case, and it seems so foreign to me. And I used to talk about casework all the time. Like that was I was always talking about my probation and my lawyer, or this charge I got, this paper I'm on. Like that was
another life, dude.
Yeah. It's just crazy. But
something that you have said multiple times that I think about often, not to gas you up, but the idea that like all the problems that you have now are things that you used to dream about.
Yeah.
That like like, oh, it's so difficult dealing with my house that I own and my family, my beautiful family that I created.
It's crazy, beautiful family.
For sure. But I try not to like take for granted how simple things are for me right now. Like I'm in a position to be able to like really focus on my sobriety and like do what I want aside from that. And there will come a time where I'm look back on this and reminisce on it fondly, I think.
Yeah, man.
I've heard that from other people too.
Well, that and you just, make sure that you do things like this and you talk about it and you sort of engage. It's one of the benefits of this particular venture is that we just get to talk about this kind of stuff and remind ourselves, and because you just get caught in the minutia, I think, and get caught in all the demanding. It's hard being domesticated, especially for a guy who was like living on the fringe his whole life,
Yeah.
But
you don't want to miss the forest getting caught up on the trees.
Tell you what, dude, the Alamo Forest gets you every time.
And this, talking about family and also addiction and all this shit, interesting segue into our film.
We are going to get to the film.
Yeah. No,
I got 2
rush.
more things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And I want to ask this guy. So there's 2 movies coming out that I want to talk about real quick because I want to find out.
Did we get a conclusive answer to what you would do?
Oh yeah, no.
What you do?
I was
work on it.
I was agreeing with James. I'm down with the smacking, and it can't be like some giddy up shit though.
Okay.
But
now, can there be like a whip, like any type of tool? Nothing to insert. I'm just saying like
it would have to be hella.
To increase the
it'd have to be hella
studded rod.
It depends on the vibe, man. Like if it's hella passionate, I could be all right. I could be all right with that.
But
the nipple sucking, I agree with that. I agree with the nipple sucking, bro.
You disagree with it. You don't want it to happen.
I agree with James as far as like sucking. No, but biting, I can get down with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
sweet.
Take notice, ladies.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really funny if you're going to town and then she just produces a riding crop out of nowhere and starts whacking you, and you're like, "Where did you get that?"
Yeah. That's the funnier. But then where do you go from there? This is the major fork in the road that we're addressing. Like,
I think probably murder suicide.
So is this thing on? Is this a movie?
Is there a trailer out for it yet?
Yeah.
Looks fucking. I haven't seen the trailer, but it sounds great.
Have you heard about this, Mauricio?
Which one?
It's called "Is This Thing On?"
Bradley Cooper.
Cooper directed it
with Will Arnett. Yeah, bro. I love BoJack Horseman. One of my favorite shows.
Super excited about. Yeah, Will Arnett is in so many incredible things.
Have you seen? Has anybody seen BoJack Horseman?
A couple episodes,
bro. It's fucking dismal. It's so good.
It's depressing.
It's so depressing.
Isn't that on?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it hits on a lot of like addiction. And
really?
Yeah, it hits a lot. It's a heavy show, dude. It's very, very heavy.
And he's the main?
Yes. Will Arnett plays BoJack, and then a lot of the different other characters represent like other type of like addictions and like mental issues, and it's really good. Highly recommend it. And
he is sober also.
Will Arnett is?
Yeah, and he did a show following up on that where he plays like a sobriety coach dude who's lying and is secretly sneaking around.
I haven't.
What's it called?
I'm trying to remember. I'll look it up right now.
Fucking Bradley Cooper is turning into
Has
something.
no
I did not
misses,
like
bro.
Maestro though, bro.
What?
I'll be honest with you. I just was not. I liked his performance. Really liked his performance. But other than that, man, I don't know. I just wasn't.
And what?
Maestro, the one where he plays the composer.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that. He said it was great.
Flaked is the TV show.
Oh, did he direct Maestro?
Yeah.
Cooper did, yeah.
Okay.
Flaked is the Will Arnett show. Inspired in part by Arnett's own struggles with alcoholism, he relapsed while Flaked was in production and has attested that AA has played a role in reclaiming sobriety. Why don't you keep your fucking mouth shut, dude?
Yeah. What the hell is he even talking about? What is that?
I've never heard of this in my life.
Tell you what. Caught Stealing.
Looks so good. Me and Mauricio were talking about going to see that this weekend.
Is it this weekend we're thinking? You're thinking?
If you want to come.
Yeah,
You got the damn kids' parties.
Yeah, I got the kids' parties.
Bring the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, man. I watched YouTube Fuck That's Tasty.
Fuck, that's delicious.
Fuck That's Delicious, yeah. And it was Aronofsky,
What?
Liev Schreiber, and Austin Butler.
Damn, I'll have to check that
With
out.
Action Bronson?
Yeah.
I just saw
It
Black
was fucking
Swan.
fire, dude.
The 15th anniversary IMAX remastered.
Oh, nice.
What the fuck, dude?
It was sick.
I went and saw that in theaters.
Sure,
on
that's already
opening
gone,
day.
and I
on
missed
New Year's,
it.
It was like New Year's Day 2009 or something. I went and saw that with my homie, dude.
Bro, it was
The
sick.
movie was a big deal when it came out. It was-
I mean, that last act was just as stressful as I remembered, bro. I was fucking, It was so good. And in IMAX, the 16 millimeter, it looked fucking sick. Like, they shot it was a combination, but it was mostly shot on 16 millimeter film.
When did you see this?
I saw it on Sunday.
I wonder if it's still going. I would love to do that. That movie fucked me up. At the time it came out, I was very lonely and could not get any babes. And when I watched it, I considered for a moment that I may be transgender. But it lasted for a couple days, and I was like, no, I love being a
They
dude.
told me that there was a person that just did some violence that was claiming that.
Yeah, we don't need to get into all that.
Oh, you're talking about the school shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened today?
That happened yesterday.
Yesterday.
Bro. Yeah.
That's so
it was like
unfortunate.
2 kids killed and like 14, 17 injured. They were like it was like a
Church.
school. Yeah, but it was like
School
a
church.
Yeah, like a church school situation. He did like shot through the windows.
It's just unfortunate that part of their identity is like the headline.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it would be the same way if it was like a white
always that,
nationalist or
right?
something like that.
Any
So,
way to like sensationalize it, right?
absolutely. To make it more divisive.
Yeah. That's my
But
last
also,
question.
having looked into it, this person was like, the transgender part is kind of incidental to what's going on here. This is somebody who's like obsessed with mass shootings.
Yeah.
Who made like a video manifesto where they're like acting like the Joker.
I heard
basically.
I heard about all that.
Wrote a bunch of edgy wrote the N-word on one of the magazines and stuff. It's the internet, dude. We have to like shut it down. Restart.
Right?
Get rid of all this shit.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Do you
That
think that's
4chan.
possible?
It's going to blow people's minds also that there are like right-wing transgender 4chan people, but they exist.
All right,
4chan,
last
bro.
thing is you had mentioned that weapons was divisive.
Yeah.
I saw it this week and I had a fucking blast.
I saw it twice. It was sick.
I'm not looking, right? Because I'm just being entertained. It's something I really loved about this movie was I felt like I was just purely being entertained.
I had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah,
I was
same.
on the edge of my fucking seat. I had my hand over my face. I was screaming. I was laughing. I was jump scaring. It was great. And then on top of it, my goddamn recliner chair needed to be oiled really bad.
It was squeaking around.
Every time I would adjust it, it was so fucking loud. And it would make my wife laugh like a maniac. And it was like a midday date thing that we did this week that was like really fun. So I had a great time. I don't understand what any subtext would be about it.
People are mad because people don't like it when something just ends up being supernatural. They want like a grounded explanation that they could anticipate and work out ahead of time. And there's not many like clues as to what's going on. It kind of sets up all these inexplicable events. And it's like, here's the explanation.
Yeah.
There's a witch. And one critique I read of it that I thought was stupid was that the early part of the movie is a witch hunt where they're all going after the woman. Someone paints witch on her car, and it's like supposed to, you know, show how women are treated poorly and blamed for these things that aren't their fault. And then it ends up actually being a witch, and it's like stigmatizing elderly women or some shit like that. So that this particular person's feminist reading of the movie was that it started off going in a good direction by showing that witch hunts are bad, and then ended up having an actual witch, and that subverted the positive message of the first part. I don't know if that's everybody's beef with it. I would imagine a lot more people are just kind of like, this is dumb that it went in a supernatural direction, but it's like, to me, clearly supernatural from the beginning of it because they're all running around like that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a fucking thrill ride. It was great.
I thought it was
fucking incredible. It was so unique.
Exactly. I like that the explanation was something just totally out of left field.
That actress that plays the witch.
Oh, she killed it.
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
Kevin Costner's wife in Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Which when I was a kid was one of the 5 VHSs we had in the house. So I'd seen that movie a ton of times when I was like 10 years old.
You know, it takes place in...
So she is...
Iowa.
The weapons?
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, I know it takes place in Iowa.
Well, that's where I'm from.
Okay, well, I'm sorry I don't make a connection to your personal life with every film I bring up.
I'm just sitting right here, you know. It's like the only thing Iowa's famous for. We have Field of Dreams and Slipknot.
Do you have like core memories with any films?
Of course.
And they
GoldenEye,
like,
my first boner.
Yeah. So when you see those characters, and when you see like that, just kind of evokes a certain emotion in you. And so it was so weird seeing her.
First boner was Alien.
Mm-hmm. What part?
When she's slipping into the spacesuit at the very end.
Yeah, dude,
when she's
interesting. What do you think about that, James?
When she's in her undies.
Sigourney Weaver hater, famously.
Matt and Shane were talking about that today.
That's crazy.
The episode that came out today, Shane was talking about the fucking last scene in Alien and how great it was.
Bro, when she's slipping in that spacesuit,
James
I was
famously
like,
says that if you think Sigourney Weaver is attractive, that you're gay.
Yep, just like if you vape, you're gay. And what's his name?
Call me Harvey Milk.
Yes, bro.
Shane says in the episode that Sigourney Weaver has his ass. She's just got like the flattest, whitest ass.
It is
ever.
Not too sumptuous, but I still think she's a pretty lady.
She is pretty lady.
It's pretty funny, dude.
On the topic of subtext on weapons, I also thought it was pretty interesting how like a lot of those characters had their own, like, I guess it's like we've been kind of talking about like their own addictions. And I read somewhere where it was like one of the subtexts was like, this is like adults, like one of the meanings is adult addiction, what the effect of addictions have on the children around them. It was one of the subtexts. And I could kind of see that in the film. But I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know.
I'm like, pretty dumb when it comes to movies, man. Like later on, if someone like pushes me in a direction on a subtext, or I start reading into something, like I enjoy intelligent things like The Wire. If you ever get the itch to watch that, I highly can't recommend it enough. It's
maybe the best TV show.
Yeah, I mean, it should have like
Nathan for you.
It won
Wire.
No Grammys.
Ooh,
it should have won
you.
Pulitzers, dude. This thing, the
Really?
writing is incredible. But when I watch a movie like Weapons, I am just captivated the entire time. I have no room in my brain to think about what this may or may not mean.
Yeah.
Like the parents, the feeling I got at the dinner table with the parents was just like, man, like I'm holding my breath. I can't even. I don't know. It was just to me, it was like, done so well. I didn't have time to wonder about.
I was like, is this
what it may or
is
may
this
not
what
mean.
it feels like to have like parents on fentanyl, bro? Just fucking
probably
zombied the
right?
fuck out, can't move, can't do anything. You have to feed them and take care of them. The cop with the drinking problem, I thought that was interesting.
That was such a good portrayal of alcoholism to me. Of the guy being like restless, irritable, discontent.
Yep.
So pissed off all day, like dealing with this guy that's in charge of him that he can't really like be honest with because his, you know, and then just like snapping, hurting someone, and then coping with it by drinking and banging his crazy ex-girlfriend. And
which he knew what was fully going to happen. Like he knew all of that was going to happen. Yeah.
When his wife comes home and she's like where were you?
And she reads it, bro. She knows exactly.
She just immediately goes, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing.
That was very realistic.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Especially to the cut where when they're telling his story and, you know, he walks in the bar and then there's that short clip of them banging and then he's getting out of her car and like walking hungover from her car to his car. That felt very real.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'll also say, like, if you want to look at it thematically, the fact that this kid ought to be the main focus of their investigation because he's the only one that didn't get kidnapped, but his crazy auntie shows up with the dad and she's like, yeah, he had a stroke and nobody does anything about it. So it is also like, it's not only children being abused, but the way that the system lets them down and like fails to get into these things and like adequately deal with it, you know?
Yeah. Either way, I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was great.
It was my favorite. The only regret I have, and you even told me to do this, is that I should have went to a busier time and there's more people.
Those jump scares hit hard when there's somebody.
Jump scares hit.
There's a big lady next to you going, "Oh my Jesus!"
Yeah.
Well, the jump scares still hit, which was funny because there was maybe 15 people in that theater, but the end was like
oh yeah, dude,
so enjoyable and
he was cackling.
Me and Teresa were laughing and no one else is, and then you start to feel self-conscious about laughing. And
that's a thing that I've noticed, and this is like something about movies that I love, is when you're watching it with a group of people, like, how do I say this? If it's like a dark comedy and people start laughing early in the movie and they pick up on the humor, the whole room starts getting that and starts laughing at the shit. And if they don't, you're watching a movie that's like very funny. Poor Things is a great example of this. Poor Things is like hilarious movie, but very dark, obviously. Have you seen that?
I never saw Poor Things.
It's a little baby girl's brain gets put into Emma Stone's body. It's like a Frankenstein
Barbie,
story.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is, disgusting and dark, but there's so much comedy in it. And like, I watched it with this group of people that was like very buttoned up and stuffy. And my friends and I are like losing our minds laughing about it. It just depends. It's a whole vibe, you know?
Even Eddington is a good example of that, dude.
Sure, Eddington is hilarious, and people were not...
Where we were
giggling.
Yeah, that's right. You were there with us.
Yeah,
Tony was laughing like a fucking maniac.
He was.
Nobody was joining in.
It's a funny movie.
It was one of my favorite parts about the experience, though. Tony laughing all loud and shit.
I was kicked out of I went to see a Wes Anderson movie, and I was really fucked up drunk. I don't even remember what this is. Maybe Moonrise Kingdom. And...
It's hard to tell them apart.
Exactly. And I'm watching it and I'm like, whole thing is like it's like self-parody. I'm like, oh, you're really going to have the little kid with the glasses and he's got like a perfect lunchbox or whatever. And I'm like, just like laughing at not even dialogue or whatever. And they're like, you have to leave. So I was too
crazy.
Yeah, Wes Anderson did kind of find a form. I mean, he became pretty formal.
I haven't seen his new film. I've heard mixed
Me neither.
things,
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure, yeah.
And I just met somebody who hated Barry Lyndon, and I was like, if you hate Barry Lyndon, you're not grasping the humor of it. That the whole thing is like a joke on the main character. If you were watching that just seriously being like, this is the story of a guy's life, and I'm rooting for him, and you don't pick up on like, oh, he's like a horny, drunk Irish guy trying to like make it in society.
Well, and it's also making fun of high society, too, a lot. I mean, the foppiness.
Yeah.
We went over
Pursuit
this,
of Foppiness.
even though you never released it.
Oh, I'll put it out. Sorry. Remind me.
We did a whole episode on Barry Lyndon, 2 parts.
2 parts.
And we put it out on YouTube. It was actually our most edited episode.
It's good.
It is good.
But yeah, I need to do the audio one.
The audio never made it through the cutting room, and then I never posted it, obviously. All right. The moment's come, everybody. The movie that was chosen was Paris, Texas from 1984.
Wow.
Tony fucking loves this movie, dude.
So you hated it.
Dude, come on, give it to us, bro. Oh, you're on the spot.
Well, let's ask the questions. Why did you choose this?
Yes.
Well, first off, I love Wim Wenders a lot. The director.
I looked and I didn't recognize anything else that he's made. I'll say that.
Oh, dude, Wings of Desire, fucking Perfect Days, which is his most recent film, is great. He has some like trips to Japan that he's recorded that are really good. You've never seen Perfect Days?
No.
You should. It's really good. But the reason why
in the 80s too?
No, that's his most recent. Like that came out like a year or two ago.
Wow. So a guy that made a movie 40 years ago is still making movies.
He's still making movies, dude.
Sweet.
And it was critically acclaimed. Like it's a really good film. Just about like the routine of life and finding joy in the small things. It's about this like janitor in Japan, this guy who cleans literally toilets and shit, and he still finds joy and he takes it serious. It's a really good film.
Okay.
Yeah.
This movie was like that. This movie was very, very not a lot of excitement.
No, definitely not.
I mean,
it's a sad ass movie, man.
I enjoy the aesthetic of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, the cinematography and the composition are really good, which is one of the reasons why I picked it. And I don't know, it's just the subject matter
Cars,
too.
Clothes, suit,
the lighting, bro, the green lighting at all times. I love the double exposure to that.
Yeah.
At the very end when they're on the phone and they're talking and his face is like reflecting on hers.
I put a note in about that. I thought that was a really cool old school cinematography trick. I noticed a couple. There were some old tracking shots that were really cool, like in the phone booth, like there. So Dean Stockwell, the brother
who plays,
he was in this show in the 80s called Quantum Leap. You ever watch this show?
No.
You never watched Quantum Leap?
Never watched Quantum Leap.
Have you seen the meme where the guy's like, I'm retarded, and he closed the closet door, or he opens the closet door and there's a mirror there?
Yes.
And in his reflection is
That's from Quantum Leap?
Yeah. So
there's an episode where he is mentally challenged.
He travels back in time and
makes his parents be siblings
into the skin of other people.
I see. Okay.
And it was this really great show, dude. And Dean Stockwell's character is like his guardian and the guy that like he's from the very, very distant future, and he is sort of pulling the strings on the main characters. So I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Tony loves it when I bring up where I know other actors from.
Nice.
This guy was also in that thing.
I was reading a couple things about this movie because this was an interesting choice. This was, some could say it was pretty boring.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty boring movie.
Sure, it's slow. Yeah.
Did you choose this to subject me to this so that I would prove
to
not be a true cinephile?
To me personally, it's a movie that I hold very dear. I love the subject matter. A lot of the father and son dynamic is very relatable.
I can't shit on it too hard. I don't think it's horrible. It's maybe NFM, not for me.
I was NFM. How are you gonna say the acronym and then say what the acronym is afterwards? Are we ever going to get to a point where you can just say NFM?
Sure, but I want people to know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I got STD. Shit to do.
So, at the beginning of this movie, and, my life's pretty loud and chaotic, and it's hard to focus, and this was not...
Speaking of...
Thank you for that addition. At first, I was like, holy fuck, I'm never going to make it, right? Mm-hmm. And slowly, the movie, mostly because of, the aesthetic, like the film, it was very deliberate. It was I just felt like a lot of time got taken in choosing the colors for things and like people's outfits. And there's no fucking effects, It's like just... the wallpaper, the paint, the color of the doors, the color of the vehicles, the color of the guy's shirt. There's one instance where he's in a hotel room with a woman and everything's red, white, and blue. Mm-hmm. And it's like there's a painting on the wall that's red, white, and blue. Her shirt's red and white, and her pants are blue. And then there's a mirror in the shot, and the frame on it's red. And it's like, it's just very old fashioned. But then the dynamic with the father and the dad, or the father and the son. Like him trying to court his son in a way, where he gets the suit and he walks home. That was one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, when he's walking home
and they're walking on the opposite sides.
Yeah, it's so good, bro. Yeah,
yeah, it's just like this. I don't know. Just it kind of made me get involved in order to understand it, or even you're not just gonna sit on the sidelines with a movie like that.
Yeah.
And then once you get into it, I really got into it. And I was like, by the end of the movie, I was really fucking stoked.
Oh yeah.
And then the first thing Tony wanted to tell me was how bad it was.
I mean,
I
I struggled to engage with it, and partially that's maybe due to the fact that I'm watching it on a laptop for like 20 minutes a day, spacing it out like that, and I'm like, great, they're still in the fucking desert.
That would drive me crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that's
it's
I have very
segments.
little time to devote to my studies.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's hard, man. It's hard to, and I'm the same way. I watched that movie over 3 stretches, and the last stretch was actually the morning of the day that you were gonna come, and it was like down to the wire. I was watching it, trying to get caught up, because it's like, I also have to jog around what my wife wants to watch, but and then part of the reason I love the movie so much, it really has nothing to do with the filmmaker. It's just that the 80s and like suburban life is just very appealing to me. That whole, like, all the cars are incredible. That's why all my notes say cars, all the clothes. There's Coca-Cola, like tons of Coca-Cola product placement.
Yeah, there is.
Which is like old school to me, like blatant product placement like that. I thought.
See, I don't
cool.
know if they were getting paid for that or
There
not.
was cigarette
It's a pretty small
machines.
movie for
I
them.
think
to
there was
be.
a lot of like Americana, like
Sure.
with the desert.
Yeah, it's a great
and
word,
Yeah, and the Coke. I think that was even like Coors, like shit
Yeah,
that
and
was
the
similar.
brother's job is putting up billboards. And there's like this kind of subtext of like that. Yeah, it just felt like Western diner art.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
movie
yeah.
to me. And
Speaking of Western too, the score by Ryan Coogler, like the beginning, like when he's in the desert.
Ryan
and it's
Coogler?
and it's that twangy fucking.
That can't be right.
well, I read that the score.
Ryan Cooter.
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler is
Then
the
my
director
bad.
of Sinners and Black Panther.
Got them mixed up, but yeah,
Sorry.
that twangy fucking banjo-y
Yeah, it's
intro.
great. I love Ryan Cooter.
So that's a rendition of an old like blues artist apparently.
Like
The soundtrack from, I forget this, but I'll bring that up just now. That composure is actually, a very old piece of art.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's in the trivia. Something else that was in the trivia of this movie that I thought was very interesting was that Kurt Cobain and Elliott Smith both quoted as this being their favorite movie of all time.
I get that. Couple of
big rip.
That's pretty cool.
art guys.
Couple of fart guys.
Chill.
Of dead guys.
Yeah.
And it is like a very heavy movie. Like it's
Wait,
just.
do you think there's a connection?
That they killed themselves because this movie was so fucking boring.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
Dude, the main character doesn't even speak until 26 minutes in.
Harry
dude.
Dean Stanton, though, dude.
He's a great actor.
That's my favorite actor. Hands down, my
what
favorite
else
actor.
do you like him from?
I like him in Alien, too, man. I like his Twin Peaks work as
I
well.
forget he's an alien.
He was in season 3 of Twin Peaks. He's actually a huge character in the lore. Worked a lot with David Lynch.
So this movie
Big rip.
to me had the vibe of a David Lynch movie, but there's not enough weird shit happening to keep my interest.
It was kind of like David Lynch and Coen Brothers. Coen Brothers
to a degree, but there's
style
no
cinematography.
hijinks.
Yeah, but without the kick.
Yes. The scene of them following the mom home, I'm just like, is something weird going to happen? Or no, it's just them on the highway for like 5 minutes.
I think we're going to lose the snack of all trades.
Did you know that
I think he's falling out.
the kid that
Trying to be discreet.
That's
No,
all right.
We don't need discretion here. We share everything with our listeners.
True, maybe to a bad degree. The
Yeah, you're good, brother.
the kid is played by
I'll get the chip to you.
the kid is played by the screenwriter's son.
Later, dude.
Later, big dog. Don't leave me hanging.
Punch it.
Later, man.
Did you know that?
What?
A little nepotism there.
What?
The little kid is played by the son of the screenwriter.
Oh, man, dude. He didn't even earn his fucking role, bro.
Of the co-writer
Fuck that
for the movie,
little
because it was
bitch.
co-written by Sam Shepard and then adapted by L.M. Kit Carson. Sam Shepard, by the way, don't know much about him, but he has a reputation as being like one of America's finest playwrights. He's also an actor. You would recognize him. He's been in a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I probably could tell you what I saw him in, too.
Probably would be so fun for everyone.
So composer Ry Cooder.
Yeah,
Ryan
great
Coogler.
name.
Recreated blues guitarist Blind Willie Johnson.
I was literally gonna say, is it some blind guy?
Yeah. 1927 tune "Dark Was the Night" as the centerpiece. 1927, bro.
That's
Love
pretty
it.
crazy.
That's fucking dope. And that probably has a lot to do,
100 years ago.
Cobain and Elliott Smith were both into like old,
Sure.
fucking whatevers.
I really like
Kurt
that.
Cobain famously.
This would be a great movie to watch on heroin. That's probably why they liked it, because you're just like, it's the desert.
the tracking shot too with
He's just as disruptive as possible.
as possible. But with the crazy prophet bum guy, and he's walking on the bridge, and it's just tracking him in his boots. You know what I'm talking about? The scene over the bridge, and there's a crazy prophet that's like screaming and
The
shit.
end is coming.
The end is coming.
near, all that shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
But also, Harry Dean Stanton's character is not a good guy. Like, he is not.
He's an alkie.
He's an alcoholic, and he
He's
was
also
obviously
banned in his family.
and he was
Abused
he
his
was
wife.
he was in a very toxic relationship, and he was an abuser as well. So, and you find that out, there's like that big revelation when you find out why they fell out, and it's just the craziest story with the bell around the ankle and how they just fucking drank too much, and he was like super codependent.
Yeah, there's some
It's like in a David Lynch movie, you would see all that happen, and it would be this really like lurid, graphic, crazy thing. And with this, instead, it's just delivered as him on phone, which is very subtle, and I respect it. But I think maybe this has just revealed me to be.
Respect it.
I think it's NFM, bro. I think I'm more into more like graphic, over the top shit, and this movie's like very subtle and cool.
So the female lead, I guess. Well, there's two females.
Such a babe.
But the lead you would call Nicole, because what would you call the mom?
The girl on the poster is Natasha Kinski. So the mom, Aurora Clement, she's
Question
in it. You
is-
see her side boob.
Question
Pretty sick.
is, Mauricio,
Which one?
pink or black?
Oh, pink.
Yeah?
Really? I'm going black
I'm
all
black
day,
too,
dude.
man. We had this conversation last week.
But Mauricio is kind of a all black guy himself. So
Yeah,
maybe
he's
he wants
actually,
something
for those
to
of you
set
just
that
listening,
off for him.
dressed in all black. Black.
Frequently.
White Sox hat. You frequently are dressed like this. This is a pretty familiar look for you.
Johnny Cash type guy.
Type shit.
Did you watch any of Jim Jeffries' new stand-up?
No.
He fires off on Johnny Cash.
Yeah, you mentioned this last week.
Minutes, and it's funny as fuck. Not because I agree with anything he's saying, but what a thing. What a thing to go on about. Like, to me, it's just him trying to get people worked up. Because that's like an American hero. Johnny Cash is sort of beloved.
The song "A Boy Named Sue" is very funny.
Yeah. The whole Johnny Cash thing
Nowadays, that'd be normal.
Jesus. But anyway, so then I just the whole thing about Nicole Kinski's character,
Natasha Kinski.
Natasha Kinski.
Natasha Kinski, daughter of Klaus Kinski. Who are you familiar with him? Made like 5 movies with Werner Herzog. Psychopath. Werner Herzog made a documentary
Psycho.
about their relationship called My Best Fiend, where
Herzog
Klaus
is
Kinski's physically attacking him on set and doing all this crazy shit.
Werner the Herzog, bro. Love
Yeah.
Werner Herzog.
Me too. So check out Aguirre, The Wrath of God is probably their best movie together, about them trying to move a giant ship over a hill.
Okay.
What is
Yeah.
this thing that she works in?
It's a peep show.
Okay, but you can talk to him too on the phone?
I think that's usually
This
how
is
it works.
the 80s, man. So this was before.
Yeah, I love the shot with the curtains on either end and the SIG machine in the middle.
Yep, yep.
Man, what a fucking... I really thought that was a good frame.
And what's going on? They have a band that plays there too, and the band is doing some weird spoken word shit. This is where I was like, okay, this movie's about to get super lynchy. I'm loving it. And then it didn't kind of really.
No, it didn't really roll into
Deliver on that,
anything.
but-
But like when you're in her room for the long phone conversation in the end, and you can see that like there's no drywall up and like all the insulation is
Yeah.
showing through the framing. It's just like bare bones shit room. Just gave me the creeps, dude.
Yeah.
And I knew what, like when I think of Peep Show, I think of like Basketball Diaries Peep Show.
Sure.
You put the quarter in the slot, or like what was with the Catholic boys killing the gangsters? What was that one? Boondock Saints. They go into the Peep Show. Ron Jeremy's in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
That guy's doing a big old chunk of life in prison. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy's in prison forever.
I didn't know that.
Rest in piss.
Yeah. Die slow. Hopefully he's being,
Never was a fan of him.
No. Oh, one of the most
Too
gross.
big. Girls don't like that.
Well, just look. I'm going to take a strong stance here.
You're doing this to try to walk back your previous defense of Harvey Weinstein. You're like,
what?
I can't defend every fat predator.
Not defending Harvey Weinstein.
He wasn't really. Let's all be fair.
Just saying.
Just asking questions.
It wasn't that surprising.
Sure.
But Ron Jeremy.
It's surprising with Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy being like held up on this pedestal before as this sort of pop culture icon always grossed me out, dude.
Sure.
I thought he was a big, nasty, fucking disgusting person. I'm not a fan of porn stars to begin with. And he was just
pornography things should be legal.
And then he gets, all these R charges, dude, and is doing life, for him. So maybe him and old Weinstein are bedded up together, dude.
Yeah.
Touching each other's ground beef.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know about Harvey Weinstein's penis being burned off, right?
No.
Yeah, he was getting these injections to get a boner, and he got an infection that resulted in one of the girls that testified against him was basically looked like he had a vagina. And his testicles
That is
had been
breaking
amputated.
news. I didn't even fucking know that.
It's pretty nuts, yeah.
Breaking news. Dude, I got some more breaking news. There's a billboard on 275 in Armenia that if you're headed southbound, you'll see that is for male enlargement.
Oh.
It's got 2 surgeons on it, 2 beefcake dudes, talking about they'll make your wiener bigger.
I bet they will.
Here's my thing. Here's my problem with that. There are guys with small wieners and there are guys with big wieners. All right?
Probably in this very room.
There are guys with small wieners that still have big wiener energy. Okay? But if you are the type of man with small wiener and your small wiener energy is so strong that you feel the need to have some weird ass surgery to get your penis enlarged, I got bad news for you.
You deserve the small wiener, bro.
You're still going to have small wiener energy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, this is the thing with the whole lookism, which you're probably not that familiar with, but there's a lot of incels that will obsess over features of their face and will actually pay money to go and have somebody mess with their canthal tilt and make their jaw bigger and all that stuff. And then they're like, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to get laid. It's like, if you're the type of person that gets into that shit, you are already exuding such noxious loser vibes that nothing will fix it. Exactly. You need to have a spiritual experience and encounter God. That's the only thing that's going to fix it.
The only way to gain self-esteem is to perform
do esteemable acts,
bro.
For sure.
Actions of confidence come now. Feelings of confidence.
You have to earn the
later.
BDE. You didn't see Materialists, but I think
I really want to see that. Is it on yet?
I don't know. I think it's streaming.
I don't want to
Spoiler
no
alert.
monies.
That movie is about a girl who has to choose between her kind of loser ex-boyfriend or a super rich multimillionaire guy, Pedro Pascal.
Well,
and she's going with Pedro Pascal until she finds out he has had surgery to increase his height.
See, listen.
What?
We're not spoiling any movies.
I'm spoiling the movie.
No.
I said spoiler alert.
No.
Holy
People can
shit.
skip it.
We don't spoil movies that Jimmy Spice hasn't seen.
Sorry.
It's because you did an episode of your other podcast, Spoilered Brats. It's out now. Check it out.
Which you
It's
should have
fucking
listened to.
hilarious. I won't listen to it because I don't want it to be spoiled.
Well,
I don't even watch fucking trailers for movies anymore because I think they give away too much.
Yeah.
If I see, and when I'm in a theater and there's a trailer coming on.
If it's for something I want to see, I go like this. La, 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 la.
He's covering his eyes for our listeners. But yeah, so, damn it.
Sorry.
Fucking
Forget
God,
that I said
ruined the
that.
Yeah. Please strike that from the record.
Well, no, we don't have to discuss
Is that
it
like
further.
a big plot twist or something?
I wonder if it's being
you son of a bitch.
for
so
free.
sick, dude. My jaw dropped. It was the
I
biggest
liked-
twist I've seen in a movie
I
in a long
like.
time.
Was it Past Lives? Right.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
wonder-
Same
pretty good.
director.
I wonder if it's being for free out right now. The Materialist.
It's just called Materialist. But yeah, you can check it out. Do you think that Travis has BDE in this movie?
I think Travis has BDE.
Yeah, because
he's an old guy who's managed to land an insanely hot chick.
Super not attractive, right? He's just not attractive.
And she's young. She's
so
much younger than he is. That's
which they acknowledge in the movie. Also,
shit is still monies, bro. I gotta wait till it's no money.
Does he say how he pulled her in his little monologue?
I can't remember.
Me neither.
The girl was young. The guy was a bit older, kind of raggedy. Together, they turned everything into an adventure, and she liked that. This is the thing. Girls will, the most beautiful young girls will be with a guy who's like, looks like he just fell out of a treehouse.
Yeah. She drops a hard line in the end there. Every man has your voice.
Yeah.
She's talking about how in love with him she is. She is like.
She misses Travis.
Fucked up.
But
why can't he be with her?
Because, dude, they're not good for each other. Like, he's still an alcoholic.
He literally walked out into the desert.
Yeah.
So I want to say, there's an early scene in the movie when he's walking around silently, like kind of the first thing that happens. He walks into the gas station, opens the fridge. Fridge is full of cold brewski beers. Closes the fridge.
Maybe he's done. Did we see him drinking in the movie?
We do.
Yeah.
I think he's not drinking up until
before he
he goes to the peep show, and when he gets out, he starts getting hammered with Hunter.
Yeah.
He relapses.
Yeah, he's driving with Hunter. I think he's taking Hunter back. Then he makes his hard right turn into a bar.
Yeah.
We witnessed.
And even Hunter makes
He says, "Why do you drink that stuff? It stinks."
Makes a comment about it.
You'll understand someday, boy. Yeah.
And then I feel like the desert, I think that plays a huge role. To me, I think it's just like isolation and depression, like symbolism for that. And like that's why he wants to keep going back to the desert, because he's not ready.
Think that's what he does in the end?
So he can't hurt anyone?
So he can't hurt anybody.
I think that's what he does. He goes back. He hooks up the kid and the mom. And I was like, all right, they'll be fine. Then they'll be fine without me.
Well, he did. I mean,
it's pretty sad, right? You think they're going to all get back together.
Right, yeah. But to him, I think he like...
Probably why Elliott Smith loved it.
Reunited his kid with his mom because they tracked her down. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I would like to think he did some self-discovery of his own. Like he's like, I need to, figure out my shit. And knowing maybe that he did relapse, like who knows? And maybe he's like, I'm not the father or the man that, y'all need right now type of mentality.
Yeah. I mean, we can kind of go through his little monologue. Yeah. The girl's young, the guy's a bit older, but they turn everything into an adventure. This story's kind of about alcoholism, but also about jealousy.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this thing that he can't stand being away from her, and the more time he spends away from her at work, the more he imagines that she's cheating, and he starts to drink badly and stay out late to test her to see if she'll get jealous, but she would just worry about him. And he thinks if she never gets jealous, then she doesn't care, which is an interesting codependent dynamic.
For sure.
That you can observe in relationships. People think that like shit has to be this kind of like toxic rage of like, where are you type of thing, and not that you can just, allow someone to go do as they wilt and trust them. Also,
I think to him too, like the example of what a relationship is a relationship his parents had, because he is obsessed with that empty lot, the Paris, Texas lot. So it's like,
what's the significance of this story he tells about his dad introducing his mom to everyone like she's from Paris?
I don't really know. I think that's a fond memory that he has of his parents, to be honest. So I'm not sure if there's any deeper significance. I'm sure there is, but
it seems like it's supposed to be more sinister than that.
But I don't know. And then I guess she didn't like the joke, so maybe it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe there was also dysfunctionality in their own relationship.
Dysfunctionality?
Yeah, probably not a word, but
he tells Hunter that his mom wasn't a fancy woman, but his dad had a sickness. When he looked at her, he didn't see her. He started telling everyone she was from Paris. He started believing it. She would get embarrassed. Like, what is that?
What is your dick's functionality?
It's working great. I don't need those doctors. Tell them to stop calling me. I don't know how I got on the list.
What was your question? I'm sorry.
I'm wondering what the significance is of the story that Travis tells about his mom.
It's the title of the movie.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the significance.
Thanks. Forget I said anything.
No, I was wondering.
I'm just trying to piece together how he
ends
ends up being the way that he is.
How that all ends up mattering.
Sure, yeah.
You're trying to make this movie matter.
I mean, I wanted there to be some resolution that I felt like wasn't there, which is maybe me being a pleb.
He was gone for like 4 years, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So I don't know. To me, he was just isolating, but in a very figurative way, as far as like the desert goes. Because I thought
playing with that because you can hear it.
Oh, my bad. I thought he was always walking to Paris, Texas, but 4 years is 4 years, so he was just wandering.
And he does reunite his wife and the kid, but his wife knows where the child is the whole time. So if she wanted to go be with Hunter, she could have.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that at the end too. Like, did he just like force her back into being a mom?
Kind of is what it would seem like.
Tricked her back into being a mom.
After he,
I don't know.
ties her up in this trailer.
It is an interesting choice. Is
stove.
it just something that like, when's the first time you saw this movie, man?
I don't know, years ago, dude. I can't.
How old are you, Mauricio?
31.
31 years old, 31 years of age, born in Queens, New York.
Born in Queens.
How long did you live there?
I lived there until I was 8.
8. Okay.
And then
You know what
moved
else
to
goes on in Queens? The U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And that's happening right now. Yeah. Tennis. What do you think about tennis,
Let's
Tony?
go Mets.
Yeah, the Mets. The Metropolitans play in Queens, New York.
Yeah.
Certainly.
And that's actually where the U.S. Open is, very near the
City Field?
Metropolitan Stadium, yes.
Yeah.
I like the grunts.
The grunts? Yeah. Anna Kournikova.
Yeah.
It's, it's a good circle to be a part of. I've thought about getting my daughter involved in tennis.
Tennis is cool.
Just, the types of people that you hang around. My friend is teaching his boy to be in tennis. He's like, I don't need him to be that good. I just need him to be like hedge fund manager good. So that was a funny thing to say. But, all right. And then you moved to Tampa from Queens?
Yeah.
And you grew up here?
Yes.
But you've been gone for like 10 years?
Yep.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to film school.
Where at? Here in Tampa?
No, Colorado.
No. Colorado.
Yeah.
And so did you see Paris, Texas as a young man, or did you see it when you were like in your 20s?
When I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was like literally like 20, 21.
It must have made a pretty big impression.
Yeah.
When a couple guys came to you and asked you to talk about it on a podcast, about a movie.
Yeah, it's a film I frequent.
What's another, like, if we were like, give us 3 and we'll choose it. That's actually an interesting idea.
Maybe.
Wow. If we were like, give us 3, what would be the 3?
Damn.
Like, what are some other movies in your life that touched you appropriately? Like this movie?
Damn.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, I got
some movies that put their hand on your knee.
Yeah, after asking permission.
Let me think.
You're a Lynch guy.
Yeah, I mean, I like Mulholland Drive a lot.
Mulholland Drive's in my top 10.
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember that movie.
Mulholland Drive is amazing. Blue Velvet, I love.
Blue Velvet's good. We watched that recently. When Lynch died, we watched a few. We watched Eraserhead, obviously. Dude, I was in a customer's house the other day, and they had this graphic art of Eraserhead, like framed on the wall. Apparently, their son was a graphic designer, and he made this original, stencil style.
That's cool.
And then he passed away.
No.
Okay.
No.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So you're thinking a Lynch film?
Mulholland Drive would definitely
implanting that.
Yeah, Mulholland Drive would definitely be up there for me. Twin Peaks in general, that had a huge impact on me.
I've seen a little bit of the Twin Peaks. I haven't really gone through the whole Twin Peaks thing.
Love Twin Peaks. That's a show that I wish, kind of like how you were saying about The Wire, that when it ended, I'm like, fuck. But I loved how they did like the 3rd season. Like, that That was like maybe like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. Wasn't it on Showtime or something like that?
Yeah. And it was like a whole renaissance about the series, but I thought it was really well done. But I don't know, dude. I think Cure would be one of them.
Cure is awesome.
Cure is amazing.
Doesn't he have a new movie coming out?
Maybe
I'm tripping. Go on.
I see the Climax poster on the wall. I love Gaspar Noé. I remember it had an impact, but I wouldn't recommend it, honestly, to the faint of heart. But Irreversible was insane. The first time,
James has seen that.
Yeah, the first time I saw that, I was blown away.
I read years ago that Monica Bellucci got art in it, and I like immediately sought it out.
Cloud is the new Kurosawa.
Oh, yeah.
A huge crush on
Monica
Bellucci, from...
You sought it out so that you could see her be art?
I just, I was just like, I don't know. I didn't know. I regretted it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
It was not what I thought.
There's some disturbing stuff in Climax, but nothing anywhere close to that.
I need to watch Climax. Yeah,
it's so good.
Vortex is really good too. The film that stars Dario Argento. It's all about the juxtaposition between like deteriorating minds. Like they have a son that's a drug addict, and they're getting Alzheimer's and dementia. Like this old couple, and it's like
I haven't seen this yet.
It's so good. Highly recommend it. It's bleak. It's super fucking sad.
From the guy that's always wearing that shirt.
Huh?
Don't you have a Argento shirt?
I have a shirt from the movie Opera, yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of his films, right?
It is, yeah.
Deep Red is one of my favorite. I love Giallo's, like Italian horror films a lot.
The bird with
so
the
you
crystal
went to film
plumage.
School in
How to
Colorado?
Kill a Duckling.
Ooh.
So good. Yes.
For how long?
I got my associates there.
Are you using that associates?
No, I'm not.
He is right now.
Well, yeah,
Right
low
now,
key,
right?
but
Dude.
yeah, no. I'm
Him
not.
and Neil, you guys are probably the two guests that have out cinephiled me, I think. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's all I have.
Yeah, film school is cool. Learned a lot.
I
The
always wanted to go to
networking.
film school. I moved to Savannah, Georgia, so I could go to SCAD. At least that's what I told everyone, but I never actually found out where the school was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just wandered the streets of Savannah, Georgia, and drank Jameson and screamed at people, and occasionally served some fried lobster
Nice.
just to keep the lights on.
Oh yeah.
How much of it is like watching movies and how much of it is practical instruction and how to make them?
I'd say 50-50. Like, you definitely study a lot of film analysis, like film language, symbolism, like color language. And then the other half is definitely, and it depends on your major. Like, I was a cinematography major, so it's very hands-on. That was like one of the best parts about film school was, one, the networking, because they were big on that. They were like, it's all, which is true in the film industry. It's all about who you know. Like, so if you have all the friends in all the right places, you can literally make. There's people that make movies all the time where you're like, how the fuck did this get greenlit? But it's just about knowing.
Yeah.
You know, having a friend that's a producer, and they have a production company, and then you got your gaffer and your whole crew, and then
Best boy.
So you're pretty new in a new lifestyle. You decided to change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Less than 6 months ago.
Yes.
So maybe some aspirations in getting back into the film saddle.
Yeah.
Once you find your barriers there.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic, like, I don't know, it's kind of tricky when it comes to film and just like art in general, because I used to rely a lot on unhealthy inspiration.
Yeah.
So
I can relate.
Yeah. So like, it's all about like when you were talking earlier about, having like, problems that you dreamed of, and, just being happy about the small things and stuff like that. That's all new shit to me. Like, and I'm still adjusting, like, even in my brain, like, I'm still like, hasn't
the
fully,
haze hasn't quite cleared.
No. And I have to remind myself, it's only been like, it's about to be 5 months, which is in the grand scheme, like, not that much time at all. So it feels a lot longer. It feels way longer.
It'll do that.
But so it's like I have to remind myself, and sometimes my body does that for me too. Like, just I get like, weird twitches and shit like that, and I'm like, damn, like, I'm still kind of adjusting, like, still mentally and stuff like that. But like, it's just all really brand new, very brand new. So it's all about like finding inspiration and motivation to write and to do my artistic endeavors in a healthy way, which is very unfamiliar territory for me.
Well, I'll tell you what happened to me. When I decided to change my lifestyle, I maybe didn't get to, but I'll tell you, the creative endeavors really didn't fall in my crosshairs. Maybe it was my age, maybe my priorities had changed. But as far as who I was as a person, kind of think that a big part of your personality or your inspiration is going to go away because it was fueled by drugs or whatever. But what happened to me was I was basically the same guy, except there was no more but at the end of the sentence when people would talk about me. Like, James is super funny, really great guy, but motherfucker smokes way too much crack.
Yeah.
That but's gone now. And I actually my status amongst my peers became like this healthy thing.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
That makes sense.
People look up to me or whatever, but I generally hold the respect of my fellows and get to still be exactly who I am.
Yeah, that's sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that maybe a lot of people fear may not be the case. But it's been something that I was like, I did say that I was going to do some things when I first got sober that I didn't do, as far as like doing some stand up, writing some things, maybe life got in the way, whatever. But I know that I chose to go in the directions that I went in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think that that's something, that when you're new in this process, you should consider, just like on the horizon, there's no like limitations. Basically what you're doing in this process, from what I've learned, is you're shedding all limitations.
Yeah.
Like, you're learning how to sort of arrest the things that have been holding you back from utilizing the skill set that you have, And Tampa, I think, would be a great place to make movies. I'm sure there's tons of, there's tons of shit going on in this town. That's for sure.
I think it's also key. Like, I've had that problem also where it's when I'm drinking in particular, it's very easy for me to put shit out because I'm like, this fucking rules. And when I'm not, I'm much more like perfectionist about tweaking shit. And
Or just
I don't
not
know,
finishing stuff. Cause
Yeah.
I've started some things, but I've never, I don't know, the drive and everything
and you get dopamine also from telling people about the plan.
type shit.
Where
Yeah.
you're like, this is what I'm going to do, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, hell yeah. And then the actual legwork of making it happen is just like, never happens.
Yeah, you get the same dope hit from talking about it that you do from actually creating it.
Yeah, or at least you get a sufficient one to then where you don't want to go do the work to do it, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I always keep in mind like people that achieved great things and were drug addicts and alcoholics, like did that in spite of it, not because of it. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman was obviously this deeply troubled dude, but like all of his good work happened when he was sober. He went to rehab when he was very young.
Yeah.
And then he fucking stopped working a program and OD'd with like 8 different things in his system. May you rest in peace. Great actor.
Yeah. That's fucking... That's a bummer. Now I'm all sad. Thanks, motherfucker.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did.
How?
Brought up Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Well, you brought up this idea. I mean, it's a positive thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
I know.
I also think that,
Do you think that because someone dies in a tragic way, I mean, isn't that a weird thing that we do? Like, somebody lives this crazy good life, does all these amazing shits, and then they die in this fucked up way, and it's like somehow, it doesn't negate. It obviously, I think, does not negate what they did, but it taints it a little bit. Right? I mean, like Robin
maybe
Williams,
for some people it does the opposite. There's a lot of rappers now that are like legends because they died when they were 21.
Yeah, I'm talking about actually talented people, though. I'm like,
Lil Peep was talented,
sure,
I believe,
And then-
but I don't think the
but-
cult around him would be so huge if he was still around.
Yeah, Juice WRLD.
Same with Juice WRLD. Same with XXXTentacion.
Yeah,
Young Scooter.
I think
Young
that,
Dolph.
I think that those specifically
Keep
those
going.
3 artists would really be like nothing in the zeitgeist had it not been for their
It wouldn't be nearly as big.
Yeah, that whole thing is totally what's fueled any of their success. That they're more of a product than anything, in my opinion. But like an artist like Robin Williams, right, who gave us decades of insanely like classic humor and art. The fucking genie, dude.
Fuck the genie.
Yeah. Doubtfire, bro. Dressed as a lady. Timeless.
Jumanji.
Dude. And then,
Patch Adams.
Unalives, Patch Adams. That's actually a really fucking good movie.
If only he had listened to the message of Patch Adams and realized that laughter heals all and not
What was that
hung
one where
himself.
the photo, was it 24 hours? The photo booth?
1 hour photo.
1 hour.
Good movie.
Yeah,
He's great in his creepy roles. Insomnia.
Dude, yeah.
Dude,
Insomnia was
Insomnia.
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, he was in some other stuff.
I know.
Yeah, Al Pacino has been in a couple other things.
Robin Williams is also in Insomnia. He's a bad guy. I like stuff like that. I like also like Adam Sandler.
I love Adam Sandler movies.
People that have like a reputation as a comic actor when they do serious stuff and they really lock in on it. Like Punch Drunk Love
Uncut Gems.
and Uncut Gems are both amazing.
Spanglish. That's pretty good.
And then he goes and the rest of his career is just like him and his close buddies just making like
Al Pacino was in
stupid
an Adam
movies.
Sandler movie.
I know. Jack and Jill.
That one was pretty hard for me to like.
He's made a bunch of shitty movies.
Al
That's what I'm
Pacino?
saying. Adam Sandler. But then he locks in and does these dramatic movies. So
Why don't you want to talk about Al Pacino?
I got a lot to say about him too. She's got a great ass.
You got your head all the way up it.
There you go. You kind of look like him.
Al Pacino?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I like Al Pacino.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah.
Attica.
We were talking about his co-star in that, man, few weeks ago, dude. That guy's story's bonkers.
Pretty crazy.
He was only in like 5 movies, all fucking nominated.
Academy Award nominated, yes.
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Cazale. We discussed him.
We discussed him. No need to go.
Rehash it.
Well, I mean, yeah, man, this was an interesting choice. I enjoyed it. And it's funny, I had heard about it.
I'm
never
embarrassed
taken
that
the
I didn't enjoy
time.
it more.
Yeah,
You need
should
to
be
rewatch it, bro.
You
Probably
should
not,
be fucking embarrassed. You
Probably.
fucking
watch it
loser.
in one sitting. Maybe it'll sink in a little different.
Maybe so, yeah. Was there anything else that I wanted to cover here? Yeah, his relationship with the booze throughout it is interesting. Like, it seems at the beginning he's trying not to drink, and then he has this moment where, because he's this extremely jealous person, right? He's worried that his wife is out seeing other men, and then when he finally finds her, she's essentially she's showing her body to fellas.
Yeah.
And he's also very inquisitive about, like, do you go home with any of them? And she's like, no, I'm not that girl. I don't do that. But he's tripping out about it. And that's what gets him drinking again.
I think also he had a different mentality in the beginning of the film. Like maybe he did want to get his family back together and be the family man kind of dude, but seeing her, I think, triggered him, and he starts to drink again, and that's what makes him kind of walk back out.
Starts to realize he's not over this kind of insane toxic jealousy that he had before.
Yeah.
And I will say, she says that
she
didn't want
a POS piece of shit.
Yeah.
she didn't want to take Hunter with her because she didn't have what he needed. She didn't want to use Hunter to fill her emptiness. So that's like the reason that she gives for not, scooping him up. So do we think, like, are things going to be cool between them now? Also, feel so bad for the family that's been raising Hunter for 4 years. They kind of disappear from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer, dude. And that mom is like about it.
Yeah, she even said she's scared that he's going to take Hunter away.
They never had no chitrans of their own.
Sure. We do see her side boob. She looks like she could feed a family.
Well, something's missing. Either he's shooting bliznanks or, why didn't they reinforce the progeny? If they're a virile couple, why stay with one? He's successful.
I don't know. Maybe they want to party.
I was reading about that house that they live
He smokes hella cigs. Might be a party guy.
in. Yeah, maybe shooting blizzanks, dude. Maybe he had sex in ponds too much, and now he's got crustaceans in his fucking urethra, and they eat his babies on the way out.
I don't think that's what happened.
Well,
if you want that to be in your head canon, that's cool. But
I'm saying, if you have a sex in a pond, is it possible for a parasitic crustacean to crawl into your urethra and eat your semen for the rest of your life so that it's never able to create a baby?
I have no idea. I never thought about that before. Big question.
I feel like it's a possibility.
I mean, science.
I feel like it's a danger that we don't talk about enough. Having sex in freshwater bodies.
I think it's definitely scarier for the woman than the man.
Probably.
I'll also note that it's implied that she gets postpartum depression. That might be another reason why she kind of ditches Hunter. Is she's irritated at everything and tells him she wants to escape, and she has this dream of like running away from him. And every time she thinks she gets away, he appears there, and that's when he ties her to the bed.
I think they were both not suitable to raise Hunter.
Yeah. So has she gotten to a point where she's suitable to raise him now, even though she's working at the damn peep show? Why doesn't she go get a regular job?
Yeah, is this a happy ending?
She does show up. She has a choice. It's not like he forced her. He told her where Hunter would be, gave her the key.
The black dress.
And she pulls up. So I think there is a desire to have Hunter back on her end. And the way she embraces him is obviously telling, but she does show up. She could have chose not to show up, but I think that answered the fact that, maybe she's ready to be a mom to Hunter.
So it's a somewhat happy ending for them.
What's her?
I think Hunter is going to be disturbed
like
for the rest of his life by this experience.
Yeah, what's her resume? She's gonna go to the fucking a Waffle House and be like, "Hey,
maybe
I got me a kid."
I mean, she works in customer service, basically.
Where are they gonna live? Mm-hmm. I have a lot of fucking questions, man.
Go on, I'll answer all of them.
Did he go back to the desert? He has a truck now, though. Do you think he just like drove until it ran out of gas, like Chris McCandless, and then just started walking?
Maybe he went to Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! Fucking zing.
Quite possibly. He was going there because that's where his parents made love. I think he's trying to like uncover this elemental kind of thing of family that he can't quite grasp.
See, to me, this movie is much more, this type of art for me, the way I take it in, is much more about the aesthetic and the story is not important. It's not the primary.
It's secondary to just the visual experience.
Just the visual experience and the sort of like anecdotal moments, right? I.e. the scene we talked about where he goes and buys a 3-piece suit and then wants to walk his son home. Like that story has its own little arc, right? He's trying to be cool with his son. He tries one day and the kid's like, "Nah, I'm riding home with this kid." And then he goes and gets a 3-piece suit and comes back and then they walk across the street from each other all the way home. That's a really cool little, just like moment. And then what won me over finally on the film was the conversation in the end, that dynamic of having the phone conversation, it being like really long and drawn out, the mirror shot where you can see both her and her reflection in him on the other side of the mirror.
Good shot.
Yeah. And just sort of,
she's so hot.
And she's like really pretty. I mean, she's very specifically chosen for this role. She's very like strikingly pretty, but very innocent looking at the same time, and being put in this like not innocent position. You know what I mean? And so it's like there's this like, I don't know, something there. There's like so to me, it's just like the way that it feels. The movie feels like very strong. It's a very emotional, and then there's all this attention to detail in what I'm seeing. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
I feel like there's not like a lot of like post-production fuckery going on that like on the day of, there's this Tarantino line that I love, man. It's like, if you didn't do it on the day that you shot it, then it doesn't fucking count. Mm. And I feel like this movie's like full of that, like, consideration during the filming.
It's also, really like. It's interesting to watch it as like knowing that it was directed by a guy from another country.
Yeah.
Like his experience of Americana and like making this kind of Western.
Sort of reminds you of like
story.
the Sergio Leone, like spaghetti Western.
Definitely has a
like the
feel to
European,
it.
American cowboy, so cool.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I get that. And that's a vibe, but I don't know. I think I probably didn't give it a fair shake because of my.
It's just NFY, dude. That's all.
It might be NFM.
Yeah, it's NFY.
Well, last time I saw his film was actually they
Not
did
for
a
you.
40th anniversary 4K remaster. Saw that.
Where'd that happen?
That was at the C Film Center in Denver.
Okay.
It's a little like indie art house theater. Yeah.
Do you miss Denver, man?
At times. I miss.
Probably in the middle of fucking August.
Yeah,
Probably not.
Yeah, this heat sucks, dude. But everything's really close by too. And I was there for so long, so it's like people, you got your spots, and
Yeah.
I like
everything's really far away.
everything's pretty spread out, and I like the political climate, if you will, of Denver. I'm pretty.
A little bit different.
Yeah, I definitely lean way towards that, but yeah, at times I miss it. I don't really miss like everything else about it because it's just it did its thing until it was
Yeah.
too much for me. So
It's a debaucherous place.
yeah,
It'll happen.
it's small too. A lot of people think of Denver and they're like, well, major city. It's super fucking small. Dude.
Yeah.
Very
Dude, I heard
small.
this crazy fucking story about Denver. This trucker up on like top of above like the city lost control of his vehicle and came down this mountain into like a stoplight during rush hour. This is like a 20-year-old story. And like the way Denver is, it's kind of like San Francisco where there's like these peaks and valleys and like there's like 50 people at a red light, on all four sides. And this like tanker just came through like steaming and just
Crazy.
this fucking insanely horrific accident.
Dude,
occurred.
people always are like Florida man. There's Colorado man too, bro.
Yeah, for
Colorado
sure.
man chops his whole family up into little pieces and puts in little barrels.
Yikes.
And gets fucking cabin fever in the mountains, and
Yeah.
it was fucking crazy. The Shining.
There was a Florida man when I was growing up that was different. And it's actually what I consider myself, somebody that's like a Florida person that is like a water person or a swamp person, that's like comfortable around those elements, and I like a Gulf of Mexico person, that's what I think of a Florida man. This whole new like, Johnny Appleseed of the redneck, methed out Central Florida culture thing.
You'd be
me.
surprised about the rep Florida has, dude. It wasn't until I moved to Denver that I realized like how unpopular, bro.
Oh, no, yeah.
Which is in like you just don't see it while you're here because we all live here, obviously. But like as soon as I would tell people I'm from Florida, I would put on for Florida. I'd fucking
Good.
Like, I love Tampa, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it has
yeah.
a sweet spot in my
It's
heart.
very irritating the way people talk about
fucking
it.
Bro,
hate
people
Florida.
hate Florida, dude. People would roll their eyes like, "Oh, you're from Florida? Jeez, that sucks."
At this wedding I was just at, I was like, I live in Tampa, and people go, why?
Yeah. So it's just funny.
My buddy was buying real estate in Manhattan recently and got through all of the documentation and all of the money and all of the contracts. And then, so if you buy an apartment in Manhattan, you don't, if you're buying an apartment, if you're not like a fucking billionaire and buying a whatever single unit, you actually don't buy the apartment. You buy shares of the LLC that is the building.
Jesus.
And that's how it works. And it's like an HOA. It's like it's whatever. It's a Manhattan version of HOA. And he went through this whole rigmarole, was on the last stages, and the manager of the HOA canceled the deal because they didn't want someone from Florida living in their building.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's anti-Floridian discrimination.
And he's from Charleston. He just has a house here, has lived here for a while.
Yeah.
And he's a total Manhattanite. Like he's a West Village guy. You would never know, but just because he was from Florida. And I spent a lot of time, like I grew up in San Francisco and I had a lot of family out there and all. And I experienced the same thing. Like, fucking, what do you mean Florida? Especially San Francisco. And that was in like the late 90s or whatever. But yeah, man, Florida's got a bad reputation. I think, motherfuckers are just jealous. And there's like this weird, but then with COVID, it kind of turned around. A lot of people moved to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely like a boom. For sure.
But people still have this like preconceived notion about
part of it is the sunshine laws.
Sunshine laws.
Yeah, so in other states, when there are arrests or things like that happen, there's it's a not public record. In Florida, because of the sunshine laws, like the you can just request a unexpurgated police record, and so when you see these stories of like, man wrestles alligator, all this shit, it's because the media here.
Oh, true. Yeah, I've heard of this.
Has more access to these stories.
You could search people's like arrests up and like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's there'd be more like Wisconsin man stories if they had that law there. That's like a major factor in this.
Speaking of Colorado man, though, have you ever heard of the Killdozer?
Yes, of course. Love that guy.
Killdozer. Have you heard of the Killdozer?
No. Regale us.
Tap away. Go ahead and Google that.
I mean, I can tell the fucking story by road at this point.
There's a Killdozer day, bro. There's a whole fucking...
It's this guy who is angry with the city because he lived in like a relatively rural town, and the city like wouldn't allow him to build his own septic system, basically. He was getting in all these municipal disputes. So the guy is kind of a hermit, and he eventually gets this bulldozer and covers it in armor, essentially. Like puts these fucking like huge concrete slabs and metal on all the sides of it, and then destroys City Hall, just like knocks City Hall over, destroys the mayor's house.
True story.
Shit. They're trying to shoot him, and it's just bouncing off because he's like in this impenetrable bulldozer.
Did he kill anyone?
No.
Nice.
Bro,
I think he intentionally was just like, I'm just going to destroy all this shit. Then
What year are we
he eventually
talking
got
about?
shot, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
What year are we talking about?
2011, I want to say.
Yeah, dude. Killdozer. Hey, man, there's people in Colorado
Sounds
with
like
Florida,
a Ned Kelly.
Florida man mentality for sure.
Marvin
That's some
Heemeyer, 2004. I'm way off.
Sounds like Ned Kelly.
And he committed suicide. They couldn't kill him,
Yeah.
but it became stuck in a hardware store.
Why did he kill
Yeah,
himself?
he demolished
Did he cause
it.
so much damage? You think he was going to go to prison?
He's going to go to
forever?
prison forever,
for
bro.
sure,
You can't secretly armor a Komatsu D355A bulldozer with layers of steel and concrete and use it to demolish the Granby Town Hall. They're going to get mad at you.
There's a
But
Killdozer
he's
day.
an icon of like...
There's a Killdozer day.
There's a Killdozer day.
Do you
Yeah.
remember what day it is?
It's the day. When did it happen?
June 4th of 2004.
Oh, wow. Just
Killdozer
happened.
day, dude.
Hear that, folks? Remember to celebrate next year, June 4th. Killdozer
It was just the 20th
Day.
anniversary. He's kind of an icon to like anti-government type people. I wanted to say libertarian, but not
Sounds
necessarily
like a
that. 'cause
fucking
it's kind
Florida
of,
man, dude.
It's kind
Yeah,
of
that's
on
what
the
I'm
other side
saying,
of
bro.
stuff.
There's
a lot
Florida
of people
man.
in Florida anti-government too, man.
Florida man mentality right there, bro. For sure.
Yeah, he had these gun ports in there too, so he could have like shot people because he could go out through the thing and shot people. But I think he just like intentionally was just driving the thing around and just smashing everything. It had to be so fun, bro.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
And he only killed himself because he got stuck. He was trying to destroy this hardware store and he got stuck. So it's this guy that has like all these resentments against the town. He's just like, fuck this. I'm going to destroy the town with my giant bulldozer.
They should
But
make a movie.
there's documentaries about it. They should make like a fiction film about it. Yeah, but
That would be fun.
they tried to get him with a Javelin anti-tank missile. They're like, he made a tank, 2 hours and 7 minutes, destroyed 13 buildings.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have to get going.
You do. It's 6:23.
Yeah, I got to be across town by 7.
We're about to hit 90 minutes. That's a good pod.
Luckily, nobody's waiting for me where I'm going. So.
Praise God.
Yeah, bro. This was good.
Oh yeah.
This was fun.
Thanks for having me.
Shooting
again,
on a
bro.
Thursday.
Shooting on a Thursday.
I'm glad, man, Tony.
Spice Shack, right?
And you want to actually make movies, right, James?
Yeah, one day.
Here's your guy.
right.
Hit me up, dude.
I haven't given up on it, Right now, we're gonna just be happy with making podcasts about
Sure.
movies and about people. It was nice doing this today, man. I feel like there's been like the schedule's been all fucking wonky.
Yeah, it was
Not
hard.
that
to,
our listeners are gonna notice because these bitches are coming out on time,
Yes.
and I love it.
And I'll export this one tonight.
The
So.
YouTube ones are a little bit shakier, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that we're having a blast, and I think that Tony's going to have some fresh new acronyms for us next week. And be on the lookout, listeners, for a very special 2-part episode from the beginning that Tony never posted.
Coming soon.
$2 Tony dropped the ball.
$2 Tony.
Mauricio, maybe next time we can do another one of the movies.
Yeah.
Maybe let's ask Tony if he likes one first.
Y'all ever seen Repo Man?
No.
No, but I would like to watch
another
that.
Harry Dean Stanton banger, bro. That one I think is more your guys' speed for sure.
I mean, I fucking enjoyed Paris, Texas. If I was so inclined, I would watch it again. And I may watch it again one day.
There we go.
I definitely enjoyed it. All right, bro. Thanks for coming. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Peace out.
I'm loose.